There we go.
All right.
Okay.
We're recording right now. All right. So first things first, communication, people. What is going on? Everyone. I'm looking at everyone. Xander, I'm looking at you. Say, I'm looking at you. What is going on?
You're looking at me.
No, I'm not.
He lives with you. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
You too. What's going on? Is there something you need to tell us that's going on that we don't know?
I'm not addicted to my phone.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So, some of us are not addicted to our phones. We just gotta get business done. So we try to
Well,
be
I
on
have
our
other
phones.
things. I'm like at the gym. I don't text people when I'm at the gym.
All right. So I guess we're not communicating then.
If I'm at the gym, then I don't text people.
Can you text us back? Can you text us back?
What do you mean?
What do you want to know?
We asked you questions. Like, are you ready? You didn't reply.
He replied to me in person.
Yeah, I did.
That counts.
So do you want us to like ask you a question on the phone and then come to your house? Like, what is the
Well, he
answer to the
didn't come to
question?
my house, but
All right. I guess my point is we need to start communicating on a daily basis.
daily basis.
No,
what do
no.
we have to talk about?
He means just on the chat. Like, if a question is asked, it's good if everyone gives an answer, so we all know we're on the same page about it.
Isaiah, don't be a smart Alec.
Were you gonna say something different?
No, don't get your mind out of there. All right, so what else? Isaiah, where are we? Genesis 6. You keep
I'm
pushing
reading
that.
2 books right now. So.
Oh.
And
So do you want us to wait for you to read all books, like all the books
the-
available?
I mean, that might take a long time. So. probably
Okay,
not.
then-
What books are you reading?
It's called Reversing Herman, and I don't remember what the second one's called.
All right. The other thing.
Oh, it's like a companion book for the Book of Enoch. So it's
Oh, whoa.
It's I think
Who are they written by?
Michael Heiser.
Oh, that's
All right. What else? Communication. We need responses, especially from you. We know you don't text much, but we need you to step up your game.
We would like some promo videos too. So maybe after this, we can get some promo
we need your
videos.
faces on our Instagram
Yeah.
page.
If you want
can't
your
be
own,
hiding,
or if you want to do them together,
that's fine.
whatever you like.
But you can't be hiding anymore. You're gonna get exposed. Your face needs to get out there that you're part of this.
I'm just the editor.
No.
Yeah, we don't care. You're a host too. You belong here. All right. And what other thing? Tomorrow we have Kirk at 4. So make sure if you guys can't make it at 4, just let us know. But we need
Do you want to have Super like at 3 or 3:30 or?
3:30. I'll be waking up like at Zach's house tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll try to get here around like 3:30 and be done early. So we can't. We have to respect his time, and we gotta get here and have some questions, not just be like, "Oh, Pastor Kirk is here. Oh, why are we gonna talk about?" I think we need to like.
We should ask him about the Nephilim.
We'll ask any question is up. I think he's up for any question. I send him the topics, but I also
I
think
can't access the thing you sent because I don't have an iPhone.
I just wanted you to say that. Oh goodness gracious!
So I don't know what the notes are.
Oh, your life sucks. Should have known this.
The
all the
life's
time.
actually pretty great.
All right. So today's topic, since we're not doing the welcome to the Campfire podcast,
I'll just cut that out and use that.
we can. Oh, Isaac can do it since he's here. All right. Shout out to Isaac.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you, Isaac, for being here and wanting to. What am I trying to say?
Wait, is he going to be sitting there the whole time?
He has to sit there the whole time.
Oh, dang.
We have a live audience.
Yeah, Isaac is our first live audience. But yeah, the point is we appreciate you not sleeping and just wasting your time with us. We appreciate the help. We love to see your face smile when you see us smile. Thanks. Today's topics. Another point too. There was a great topic suggestion by Sam on our Instagram. So if you guys have suggestions, hit us up on Instagram at the Campfire Podcast 2024. Isaiah will reply to you personally. He'll make sure he sends his abs to your DMs. If you want that in your DMs, just say, Isaiah, please. Because I think we all, maybe except Andy, but we all have access to the Instagram. So usually we'll make sure that Isaiah sees your message and he responds to you personally.
Before we start, we should have Riley read Carter's thing.
All right, yeah. That thing was very confused. I woke up and I read that thing. I'm like, I'm so confused right now. Should I be mad, sad that this? And then it's like, oh, JK, I loved it. I'm like, what? Oh,
Do you have it pulled up, Riley?
Yeah, I have it pulled up. So
This
this
is
is by
A review.
short person, written on July 1st, 2024. It says, okay, listen up, fellow seekers of the divine or whatever. I just finished a spiritual journey. Let's be real, it was mostly a drive to work while listening to this thing called the Campfire Podcast. I'm not sure if I should be laughing or crying. It's like they took all the cheesy Christian tropes of Christian radio and threw them into a campfire, then invited a bunch of people to sing along to the flames. Seriously, there were moments I swore I heard a chorus of angels, but they sounded like they were gargling with gravel. And the host, let's just say he's got the charisma of a wet sock, but with
I don't even know what that means. What's it? Okay.
with a weirdly enthusiastic voice. I mean, the guy's got more pep in his step than a caffeinated squirrel, but his jokes are about as funny as a sermon on the dangers of unwed couples. And don't even get me started on the inspirational stories. They were so I swear it's hard. Saccharine. I swear I developed a toothache.
Can't read. He graduated high school.
Just listening. But hey, if you're looking for a podcast to make you feel like you're trapped in a Christian-themed improv comedy show, then the Campfire Podcast is your jam. Just make sure you have a good pair of noise-canceling headphones, because the sound of my own internal groans was getting a little too loud for comfort. JK, I loved it. So, thank you, Carter.
All that to just say I loved it.
It was, to be fair, it was AI.
Maybe
But he said he edited some things and
maybe I don't get white people's humor, but that to me was like, okay, whatever. All right, so welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Today we have a topic that I don't think most people like to talk about, or most people dread to talk about it because it's a little bit. I think everybody likes. There's that saying like everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody wants to make their own decision. So there was a great topic suggestion by our one and only Xander. He said, what do you guys think about the influence of music? He didn't, I think he just said music. Then I added movies, media, social media, everything, magazines, if you read those, if you read the newspaper, everything. Like, what is the influence of that? I think, was it just like on us as Christians or like us as people in general?
Both. Like,
All right. So we'll get into that. There's some fiery things to come. Some controversial stuff, I think, by the one and only Riley. And then, yeah.
Save that for later.
I think Isaiah is here too. He's here to just give us some of his wisdom from his hair. You know, Samson had hair for strength. Isaiah has hair for like wisdom and knowledge. Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. Oh, goodness gracious. This is, oh, good. What am I looking at? All right. So, oh, guys. Okay, before we begin, how's everybody doing? Someone suggested that we do those kind of things. So, how's everybody doing? I know you're homeschooled. If I hear good one more time, I'll stab you in the face.
I'm very good.
Okay.
Can I have a knife?
I'm not sick anymore.
You weren't sick. You were dead, as you said.
Yeah.
All right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How did school go?
It's going all right.
It's going all right. Oh, the one and only boy with a lot of things to say. What can you tell us? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I finally surfed for the first time in weeks, dude. It was nice to get in the water.
I know it was nice. You
Yeah.
were cooking, weren't you?
No, I can't cook in the water. Save
Well-
that for sure.
Okay.
Oh.
No,
wow.
it was nice. It's been good with my family too. Like, I know I already talked about it in other episodes. Like, my grandma was sick and stuff, and like, some family has come and visited, but she passed last night. But it was really peaceful. Like, my mom was there with her, and my parents and stuff, and my brother and I got to go see her too, like a little bit before. So it was good. Like, it's a relief knowing she's in heaven with Jesus and like all her other family members and things like that. So life's good. There's ups, there's downs, but God gives hope.
All right. Sorry for your loss, but we're very happy that she's with the Lord, which is the thing I've heard your mom say and your dad. Which
Yeah,
is,
that's what my mom keeps saying over and over.
Which is very comforting to know that she's with the Lord and she won't have to go through the things she was going through anymore. All right, so topic of the day.
Finally.
What music, what movies, what media should Christians be consuming, or young people in general? What should we be looking at?
God.
I got it. What should we be looking at? What should we be listening at? What should we
To
Oh yeah, what should we be listening to? What should we be reading? And what thoughts and what things should we consume for us? What should be in our head most of the time? So there's a lot of things. There's music. The question: should Christians listen to secular music?
yes.
All right. What's your take? Hot takes. Should Christians listen to secular music?
Yeah.
All right. Should Christians listen to secular music? It's a yes or no question. All right. Isaac, should Christians listen to secular music? It's a yes or no question. All right.
Oh, he said no.
Angst just said no.
Angst
He proved
man.
He does not approve.
Unapproved.
Angst, secular music, Angst not approved.
What do you think, Feston?
Man.
What if
It's a
all-
yes or no question.
Wait, but like, there's all like instrumental stuff too. So like,
What if it's just like piano?
What if it's like an orchestra?
We'll get into all those things. All right, my answer, I lean towards yes. But I think as a team, as the Campfire Podcast, we're not giving that to you as a doctrine. We're not saying you should do these things. Take that with a grain of salt and use your own discernment on what's edifying, what's helping your relationship with God. Don't be like, oh, yeah, Isaiah said you should listen to it, so I listen to it. Oh, Riley. Especially use Riley. If you ever listen to bad music, just
He's
say,
our
Riley
scapegoat.
said, yes, I should listen to this. So use Riley.
He's the scapegoat.
Yeah, use Riley every time. He will take it. He can handle it.
Yeah.
So, couple questions, and I think everybody has their own takes, but what are some convictions or what are some songs that you guys listen to? Well, I shouldn't say conviction, but what are songs that we listen to as Christians or as someone out there might be listening to that's not good for you? Where's the line between secular music that is good to listen to and then bad secular music that you don't want to listen to?
I think it depends on how it affects your mood, because there's, certain people are affected by certain music or certain songs differently, where one person could be, they listen to a song that makes them angry or depressed, and another person it could just not affect them at all.
I have that with sad songs. Sometimes I've been driving with people and I'm listening to sad songs. People are like, why are you listening to this? I'm like, this doesn't make me sad actually. These sad songs actually lift up my mood. I don't know why. So that's a little
Messed up.
I know. So I look at that, I've had a couple people say, why are you listening to these songs? I'm like, well, these kind of songs don't make me sad. It's those little ballads with pianos and stuff like that. I'm like, I like the arrangement of the music. Most of the time I'm not listening to the lyrics. I'm just I'm enjoying the arrangement of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that sophisticated with music, but I just like music arrangements.
He likes to pretend.
I like to pretend I'm sophisticated. Maybe I might be a little like Einstein. I don't know. Yeah, whatever, dude. Get close to your mic so I can hear you.
Sorry.
All right, so, question number 1 that we had on our list. What was it, Isaiah? What was the first question on our list?
I don't remember. There was a lot.
Yeah, this is my struggle with my co-hosts. They don't look at my questions.
I read the whole thing twice, just to clarify.
First question we had was, how does secular music influence the Christian faith? How does secular music influence your faith, or how does it impact or affect your faith? I've been taught that I repeat myself so many times by Isaiah, so I'll try to say it once, look at their faces. If I get no reaction, then it's fine. So, how does secular music affect our faith? If you're listening, that's a question for you to answer too. It's not just for us to answer, but it's for everybody. How does secular music influence our faith, and how does it impact our walk with Christ? First nominee, Isaiah, what do you think?
I think that there are certain secular songs that can pull you away from God, and I think
Do
there
you have
are
an example?
like a specific song.
Well, we just want to see if you listen to bad music. Yeah. What kind of kind of songs influence?
In my opinion, I don't listen to bad music, but I have been told I have bad taste in music before.
Oh,
Like,
those are
by-
two different things.
By you.
Well, okay, those are two different things. Bad songs and bad taste in music, not the same
Doesn't
thing.
necessarily mean you have bad taste if you're listening. Wait. If you're never
We just broke Riley.
Boy, this kid, I have not. Did you graduate high school? Like, I keep asking
You
you.
know,
this
me and
question.
Sandra don't even have a diploma, and he's the one with the
You
diploma.
guys said that already.
We're gonna say it again.
All right, Xander. Were you done with your answer? Or? Okay, yeah. So, like, what? Like, continue, please. Sorry.
So I think there are songs that can pull you away from God, like I was saying before, make you angry or have emotions that aren't from God. And I also think there are secular songs. Like I listen to a lot of secular songs that like lift me up and make me feel
Like a man.
like a man.
Okay.
Make me feel, happy and joyful and cool. And
You experience those emotions too?
I do, yeah.
Wow.
I'm not-
You have a poker face. I'm just like, how is this feeling?
And I just look pissed off most of the time. But
All the
inside
time.
I can be
Not
happy.
most of the time. All the time. It's like Isaiah probably is thinking of stabbing someone.
You're the one who tried to stab me. But
Okay.
it's okay.
Xander, go ahead.
Stab yourself.
I'd say I wouldn't say it's like a certain type of music, but it's definitely a mindset that I get from listening to like it could be like written by Christian artists and not necessarily like always glorifying the Lord in what they write. But I'd say like for me personally, like one of the hardest things is like whenever it becomes like kind of like just like a background for me or just like when it's just something to fill headspace, and I think that can be hard for me because then it's like okay, then you can kind of just get caught in motions and stuff, and then just not really dwelling on like who the Lord is and just kind of I don't know, for me it can help, it like makes me like numb out my thoughts, but it's not always like good in a sense, but it's not like terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Riley, what do you think? Did you listen to my question or were you on your phone?
No, I was listening. You're talking about music and secular music. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really listen to much music, but like usually the music I listen to is Christian, but there was a time when I was listening to some more secular music and then I could see it had an impact on my thoughts and stuff. Like sometimes you just listen to the music and you feel like you're just vibing to it and you're tuning out the words, but if you listen to the words too, it seems that there's a darker meaning behind it or just something not good. And within our society, a lot of the musicians that people listen to, they are being controlled by a darker force, and it's really like sometimes it seems like it's veiled, and then you'll see things or you'll hear things about them, about like what they do or what they do at their concerts, where it really is like satanic ritual things. And it's a lot of artists that are popular too. It's like Sam Smith, there's Taylor Swift even. I'm sorry if people view badly of me when I say that I think Taylor Swift is satanic, but I don't care. I think she is. I think a lot of people are just being used to infiltrate our thoughts and stuff. But I don't know. That's just me. Everyone has their own convictions and stuff, and like I don't care if you listen to Taylor Swift or artists and stuff. That's your own decision. But for me, it can be good just to not. But then even it's like Christian music I listen to, like, oh, you're so edgy, you listen to NF. No, it's not. It's just, I don't know. I think he has some good thoughts. Sometimes it's darker, but he gets you thinking about different things. Mm-hmm. But music, honestly, I don't really know much about. So
All right.
with what I have to say, take it with a grain of salt, pretty much.
See, everybody says take it with a grain of salt, but people see me put salt in my
They don't
food.
want to be
Oh my
reliable.
gosh, Feston, that's a lot of salt. I'm just taking a grain of salt for myself. All right, so lyrics that. So I think the main point that we've all made is that there's some lyrics that promote things that go against our faith, right? Like we see things that are like, that's not what the Bible says is the right thing to do, but we still listen to it. Like you said, like for example, Sam Smith or like Lil Nas X. Like some of his songs, when you listen to them, you think, oh, this is a nice song.
It's like Old Town Road is so catchy.
It's so catchy, but
Yeah.
but then you find out like the meaning behind it. You're like, I really don't want to sing that
Yeah.
anymore. I don't want to listen to that anymore. And then you see like when he came out with like that song, I don't remember the title, but like he had like a shoe made with Misfit.
Oh, yeah.
with,
I remember that.
Like
Which
with
ha-
the human blood or something?
yeah, which had human blood and like stuff like that with like 666. Is it triple six?
Yeah.
Triple. I always say 666. Like I think I'm just used to it from home. Like 666. Like on there, and then with like real human blood and all these like upside down crosses, and like when you see his like videos online, his shorts, like you can tell like this guy's being used. And I think we as Christians we should just try to stay away from those things because like you guys said, like those things influence your thoughts. Even when you're not thinking about them, like sometimes I'll be listening to music, I'm like, wow, this music, like, why is this song making me feel so confident? Like sometimes I'm going to play like football. I was about to say soccer. I'm not American. Sometimes I
You wish.
Sometimes I don't wish I was American.
You're not American.
I just wish I was a Malawian with a green card. So sometimes I'll be listening to. Okay. Sometimes I'll be listening to music. I'll be listening to music going to like play football, and I'm like, dang, I feel so confident. Like I know I'm gonna kill it today.
Can I ask what your hype song is?
My hype song. I don't know if I have a hype song. I just
What
have
song?
like
What music do you listen to before soccer to hype you up?
I listen to like a lot of like Young John, who's like one of my favorite African artists. Like I just listen to him. Like he has some like catchy like African like drums and stuff like that. So I'm like getting in the zone, like fast paced music, stuff like that. But I also like I think the arguments from worship leaders is that music like they like now here's where we start getting into like controversial stuff. Right? Bethel,
Yeah.
Maverick City. What's the other one?
Hillsong?
Hillsong Elevation Music, right? I've heard an argument that most of these songs, when you look at them, like they're not like there's no like there's a little bit of biblical truth to it, but most of it is like you could send that song. I'm single. We're all single here, but the argument was these songs are not written for the Lord or to the Lord. They're like written for lovers. Like when
Yeah,
you,
for your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Or
yeah. So when you analyze most of these lyrics, it's like I don't see anything.
Like,
Like,
why am I singing this in church?
yeah, like I don't see anything glorifying in this song. It's just like something I would say. I don't, it's just something.
Are you struggling here?
Spit it out. dude.
I'm struggling to make all these relationship like examples because I'm not in a relationship. So like all these things, like when you look at them, it's like I was reading this article on like elevation music and like what are the arguments like for them and against them, and one of a former Hillsong worship pastor, Darlene's, I can't pronounce the last name. It said the word says that God inhabits the presence of his people. Psalm 22:3. It's amazing to think that God in all his fullness inhabits and dwells in our praises of him. Our praise is irresistible to God. As soon as he hears us call his name, he's ready to answer us. That is the God we serve. Every time the praise and worship team with our musicians, singers, production teams, dancers, and actors begin to praise God.
Did you say actors?
Yeah, that's what he said. This is a quote from him.
Okay.
Says, every time the praise and worship team with our musicians, singers, production teams, dancers, and actors begin to praise God, his presence comes in like a flood. Even though we live in his presence, his love is lavished on us in a miraculous way when we praise him. Right? So you can see like there's the performance part of it. And I was thinking about this. I think most people try to equate like worship music to like spending time with Lord. Like I've heard someone say, well, sometimes I'm like having a bad day. I just put on like worship music in my car and like just listen to that. And sometimes I'm like, most of the time I'm like, you just need to pray and talk to God instead of like, I'll listen to this worship music and it's gonna like get me connected and God is gonna go flow through that. And as I was reading this article, it just talks about like the way the music is designed, which is contemporary Christian music now, CCM, which is designed to have a flow of like when you start the worship service, like you start on a high, and then as you're like about to insert like the worship service, like you play some melodic songs with like maybe just the piano, so everybody's like that emotional, like gets in the flow, and people then look at this like, wow, I had a very like good worship service. Like worship is about Lord, it's about God. It's not about your emotions. It's not about you saying, wow, that just felt so special. It's like
It's not just a feeling or experience.
Yeah, so people equate like, oh wow, he cried. It's like, wow, that was powerful. It's like,
I think music can have a very heavy impact on your emotions, and it can be used to control your emotions very easily.
yeah,
True.
word bars.
I feel like a lot of Christian songs too, at least this is my opinion, but I feel like a lot of them don't have like heart in it. Like you listen to it and it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. Like every song has the same, I don't know, feeling, and you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like I find more with secular music, not all secular music obviously, but there's more like passion in it a lot of times, which is kind of sad in my opinion.
Have you seen the John Chris skit about Christian music? Where it's like they're interviewing this band and stuff, and John Christ, he's like the producer or the agent or something, and he lays out how Christian songs are made, how to make a Christian hit. It's like 3 simple chords, vague struggles, and what is it? Oh yeah, geographical references. It's like mountains, valleys, waters, drowning in waters.
Yeah,
like
so-
more water references.
yeah. So that was like what this article was talking about. It's like they have specific chords and like keys to like transition from this song to the next one.
It's like all the same phrases.
Yeah, like all the same phrases, and then like the concepts like personal testimonies of like, this is my story.
Like they have a formula. That they
Yeah, like there's a formula that they follow, and then it's like, do you like, where's this like for example, if we looked at like past songs like that were like that our parents grew up listening to, it's like there was theology in it, like that's what they used to like pass down theology and oral traditions. But now you listen to songs, you're like, man, that song is like a love song. Like you could just like stuff like that. So, and then before we transition into movies and media and stuff like this, Philippians 4:8. Do you know, Ryder? Do you know what that says?
Yeah. Let me read it.
Oh. All right, so I'll read it. It says, finally, brothers, and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there's any excellence, if there's anything worth of praise, think about these things, right? And that's like the verse that people use most of the time, like when they... Don't do that again. We're not going to bless you again.
Dying?
You want to
Try
get
not
the
to.
blessing
Is
once.
the pink eye getting to your nose too?
I don't know.
Pink nose. So like this verse is like what most people use. Like if the songs and the music, like the stuff you're consuming, is not edifying to you, or like is not pure, or is not honorable, then you shouldn't listen to it. And I think there's some songs that we listen to that are like, wow, I don't want to listen to that again. I really don't want to, like, if you can't, like, I've heard people say, like, if you can't show this, like, if you'd be ashamed of this song, play it amongst your friends, you probably shouldn't listen to it.
Or if Jesus was writing Copilot, would you play it?
Shouldn't
I
Jesus
think-
be driving?
Thank you. I was about to say, shouldn't Jesus be holding the wheel?
You answered it right.
Shouldn't Jesus be holding the wheel? So, like, I think at the end of the day, like, there's, like, songs that you can listen to, and then, like, you have no like emotion or like anything to it, and then there's songs that you listen to with your friends, and then it stumbles them. I'm using the word stumble really strongly here.
It's Feston's new favorite word.
It's my new favorite word. Like if like the things you do, if like the songs you listen to or the movies you're watching stumble other people, then you probably shouldn't like listen to them, right? Right, Riley?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Maybe only when they're around.
All right. So with worship music, I think this is my take on it as we about to transition into movies, and I'm gonna let you guys make your take on it too. But this is my take on worship music. Like, you should listen to songs that glorify God. Like, if you're saying I'm listening to worship music, pick songs that are theologically sound. Like Isaiah says, songs that have a heart in them. I don't know what that heart is, but songs that have a heart in them, songs that are theologically correct. Man, I struggle with those. I'm from
Yeah, I even struggled with geographical.
I struggle with like words that have like an L, R in them, like in the same sentence. It's like really hard. Like most Africans, we struggle saying library. Like that's like hard. You see that we have all L's or all R's in that statement. So, but you should listen to songs that glorify God, and like, because that's what worship is. You're coming to worship God. You're not coming to worship your emotions or how you feel or what your situation is. Just coming to worship God. So that's my take on it. And you should search out and look for the meanings behind these lyrics instead of just like, oh, that was a nice song. Like some of these songs, like, really? I'm burning bridges.
God is your love's like a hurricane and it's windy.
Hurricanes kill people.
No, that song I always laugh at.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but
All right.
the other parts are good. But wait before you transition.
I'm not transitioning. I'm letting you guys talk.
Oh, I have a
I was
recommendation
gonna go to Isaiah first.
for like good hymns and stuff that are really cool. It's Ascend the Hill. That's the band. They have a good album with all their hymns. If the people want to listen.
Final takes, Isaiah, on worship music and what kind of music we should listen to.
I think it comes down to each person and what you're convicted to. If there's certain songs you're listening to that you feel convicted that you shouldn't listen to them, then you shouldn't. Or if you're like, being sneaky and you're like trying to hide that you like that kind of music, you listen to it. It's probably not a good thing. But I don't think that all secular music is bad.
All right.
I mean, personally, I listen to mostly secular music over worship music.
Alexander the Adao. I was about to say Alexander the Great. I'll just say that Alexander the Adao. Final take before we move into movies.
No, I think that was good.
All right. So, fun fact: Isaac is filming this episode, but if you ever invite Isaac out for a movie, I think he'll always say no. Because
I got him to go to a movie with me one time.
Yeah, like I got it. I think
He liked it.
It was
He
the
liked
Spider-Man
it. It
movie,
was that-
but
yeah.
there was an incentive behind it. It wasn't just like I want to go see this movie. But
Unky.
Uncle was cooking that time. But so before we're moving into movies, what kind of movies should we be watching, or what kind of like shows should we be like watching as Christians and as young people, because that influences and shapes our thoughts and views of the world. Favorite movie, not show. Favorite movie, right? I know what Riley's gonna say. I don't think.
I'm going to insult you the instant you say your favorite movie.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Hey,
I will defend you.
Shush. All right, favorite movie, everyone.
You start.
No, I'm not gonna start. You start. Favorite movie, not show.
Braveheart.
Braveheart. Okay.
that's good.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a lot, but I think Feston should say his first.
No. You're gonna say.
No, it might be Wedding Singer.
Oh.
It's comedies and war for me.
All right.
It's just war for me.
All right. My favorite movie. It's actually Simon Birch.
Yeah.
Insult me. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
It's
Dude,
good.
that movie. If you've never seen, I'm talking directly to you, like you watching this one. If you've never seen Simon Birch,
Or listening.
please watch it. And if you do, give us your thoughts on Instagram. Like, tell us what you think.
It's not that I don't like it. It's a good movie, but like best movie ever.
To me, that is a piece of art. Like, you see Simon Birch and you think, wow. Like, that's the only, I was thinking about
Look
it.
at
I'm
that
like,
midget.
I was like, that is the only Jim Carrey movie I can watch without getting annoyed by his face for more than 5 minutes. Like, Jim Carrey's face annoys me all the time. I don't want to watch his movies. Like, Simon Birch is the movie. Why?
He's in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Why do I like it? I think it speaks to me because,
Nobody cares.
oh, Mika does. It speaks to me because, I don't know if you guys want to hear this, but I'll tell you anyway. Because Riley said sometimes opinions are given to you and you don't want to hear them.
Just say what you're gonna say. Stop stalling.
I would like to hear it.
Yeah, here's why I like it. Right, the theme of the movie is that like this kid is limited. Right, he's born
Short.
short, very small. Like
Midget.
his mom just sneezes and he's out. Right, and then he has his best friend. Like if you watch the movie, it keeps on telling people like, "Hey, God has a like I'm God's instrument. God is gonna use me somehow." And even his pastor like says, "Well, I don't know about you," but he keeps his faith, saying, "God made me for a reason." And that I think that like speaks to me because we all have a purpose that God has created us for, and eventually we'll get to it. Eventually, He will help us accomplish that goal. But it's like you stay true to knowing your identity in Christ, that God has a purpose for my life. I think this was one of our first episodes. Identity in Christ. Like Simon Birch knew that he was God's instrument. He was special, that kind of special, and God was gonna use him. So that's why I like the movie, and it's funny, dude. Like Simon Birch is funny. Like the drama scene at church, those arguments with his like Sunday school teacher, it's just funny. So movies, then. What do you guys think about Christian movies?
I think a lot of them are very poorly made and boring.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of suck. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few good ones out there
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
like, but most of them, the majority, are just kind of dumb.
All right. So I read today. I didn't know this fact, but The Passion of Christ is the most grossing R-rated movie
Ever?
ever in America.
That's not true.
In America,
It's not true.
R-rated movie. I read that online.
Yeah, you're reading false information.
Okay. You can prove me wrong. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you have comments? Only if you watch this on YouTube, please tell us the most grossed R-rated movie ever in America. All right. So, movies. What kind of movies should we be watching? Should we just be watching Hallmark movies? Should we be watching violent movies? Because I just like blood. I don't really
You
care.
like blood.
Yeah, I like seeing blood in movies. I like seeing people kill each other in movies. Like, I do not care about the storyline. Like, I've watched movies with Isaiah, and he's always like, dude, you gotta watch the first one, dude. It's like, no, I don't have to watch the first one. I can just watch the fourth one and be done with it. I don't care about the storyline. So, what kind of movies should we be watching? And what kind of what should we be consuming as Christians?
I think I have a very similar opinion about this. It's the same I do with music. Is certain things affect certain people in different ways. Like personally, for me, like gore and violence, like doesn't affect me. Like I'll watch movies that are super gory and violent, but
John Wick in there, it's like classic.
well, and I know there are some people that affects them a lot differently, where it's they can't watch that, they don't want to watch that.
Yeah. Alexander the Yadao. Do you watch a lot of movies?
I don't watch a lot of movies.
Do you watch a lot of shows?
No.
Oh, do you watch a lot of TV?
No.
Wow. How great that are. How holy thou. Dude, like what else do you do with your time besides watching movies and people killing each other? You have fun. All right. The man with the opinions. Come on.
But the question I have is, should it affect us? Is it a good thing that it doesn't? Should we be affected by certain things? If we're not affected, can it show like a hardness in ourselves that isn't healthy?
Oh, good question. I think so.
I don't know. This is like, I've been thinking about this
Well,
Like,
if you I don't
throughout
know.
the day. I don't.
I think it should. Like, for example, should we watch kissing movies?
What's a kissing movie?
I think were you keeping it G?
You keep it like they just kiss.
I'm keeping it PG, Isaiah. You can let your
Okay.
thoughts run wild. I really
Please don't
don't.
ever say that again.
I really don't want to know what's going on in your head. But
Space.
yeah. So, Unks, what do you think? Should we? Oh.
Kissing
He's-
movies,
he's-
yes or no?
He's just smiling.
If you ever ask a question on Isaac, his first response is just to smile at you, look at you, straightforward, like
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
about
Are you,
movies.
are you paying attention right now? You like dazing off.
Oh, we're sorry.
has no
We're
idea what
sorry
you're
that
talking about.
boring. All right. I think to answer your question, I think it should affect us like sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my question. Should gore? Should
Violence.
violence, language, like other things in the movie too? Should that be affecting us?
I think so. Yes.
And it seems like all those things, they wouldn't be affecting us in a positive way unless you want to kill someone. You're like, oh, look at all these people this guy just killed. Now
But I
I
don't-
feel like I can do it. But
I don't feel
that's
like
not
you
positive.
need to be sheltered to where you don't watch, like you don't say any gore, you don't see any of it, right? I feel like there's a difference between it affecting you, and then there's like if you're sheltered and you don't watch any of that, and you're almost like
A zombie.
a zombie.
Zombie. Okay, so yeah, so like stuff like that, like, and then, like, I think to answer your question, I think it should affect us in some way, as because for me, I'm like, I just watched the movie and then I'm like, someone will ask me like, what was the movie about? I'm like, I don't really know. I just
You told me that you don't watch movies for plot, you watch it for violence.
yeah, like
So,
sometimes I'm like,
mean-
what was the movie about? I don't know. I was just waiting for them to fight. Next
when you're not
scene,
paying attention,
fight.
you like skipping around the movie, just waiting for people to die. Like I don't expect you to know what's happening.
I really don't care what's happening. I just want them to fight.
I like plot, but I also like the violence. But you can't just have the violence; you need the plot too.
Well, I grew up on Rambo.
So did I.
Yeah, but we're kind of different, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
so-
at my skin.
Okay. Wow. Wow, that took a turn. Zay's back.
I've been saying that like for the past 3 episodes
What?
that I'm back.
You're back. Weren't
Every
you
time you're
dead?
back.
Weren't you dead for 5 days?
You've been saying that like the past 3 episodes.
Okay. Yeah. So, then social media. Then let's move to social media.
We're done with movies already?
Well, what else is there to talk about? People just said they have the same views as music.
Okay. Fair
I mean, unless you have something else to add.
Dude, I don't know. Go ahead though.
So I guess we're done then. All right, social media. So confession. I know a guy. What? I know a guy with a time limit on his phone, but every time he ignores that
Hey,
time
Fesson,
limit.
Fesson, turn around right now. All the way around.
Oh, crap.
We should have put that blind down.
Yeah. So
Is there a blind there?
There's no.
no,
Oh,
there's
he
no
broke
blind.
it.
That's
on.
what I
The
saw
youth
that.
kid-
I was
the
like,
youth
oh,
kids broke
dang.
it.
So I know a guy
I think the door's
that
locked.
that ignores his.
I have the key.
It's fine. You can let them. I know a guy that ignores his time limit all the time. Like he puts a time limit on his social media, but then he ignores it all the time. So this is the first time I'm asking this question, and I think it's good that I'll ask him when all our friends are here too. Why?
Are we
do you-
exposing Riley like, on the internet
Okay.
right now?
Here's the reason why. I put it for half an hour, but I should change it to maybe like 45 minutes so I don't ignore it.
Yeah. So okay. So social media then. What's you guys' experience with social media? Like, do you post something and then look at the numbers, or do you like?
I'd say for me, like my Instagram account is private, and I usually only do it just so I can share it with my friends and family.
Mine is public now because I'm a podcaster. I want people to find me.
I want to be a
Yeah.
ghost.
I'm famous now, so I want people to find my.
We have
social
like
media.
53 followers. Fesson.
No.
Dude, imagine if you did something and 50-something people came to see it.
Let me tell you how many followers we have.
Yeah, he's gonna ignore his limit. Like,
No.
imagine if
I've had 46 minutes. I'm done for the day.
imagine if you were doing something and 50 people came to see it. That's
You know how many of
that's
those people are
powerful.
people that we know beforehand?
Imagine if those people came though.
It means more.
Yeah, it means a lot. So, like, what are you guys' experience with social media? Like, do you think it affects you negatively, or do you think
I
it's
think-
just all positive?
This definitely not all positive. I've definitely found
fair.
myself wasting a lot of time You know, it's like I go to bed and you're like, I'll just check Instagram really quick, and before you know it, it's like 2 a.m. and you're like,
And then you know what he tells us the next day? Dude, I don't sleep, dude.
I don't.
Yeah, because you're always on your Instagram looking at memes.
I don't look at memes. I don't
Isaiah, there's
find
proof.
memes. I don't find memes very funny.
We are you, me, Riley, in a group where we send each other memes. So for you
They're
to
not all
come out
memes,
and
they're
say,
videos.
He
They're
doesn't think
videos.
those are memes.
Those aren't.
I mean, a majority of them.
all right.
I mean, you send me memes, mostly gym memes, but
I thought you don't think that those are memes. Yeah. So, what are your so time wasting, Riley?
Yeah,
Negative
same.
social media impact. It's just one.
Sometimes when I'm on social media for too long, at the end of the day, I just feel empty.
you just feel kind of like you wasted your whole day.
Yeah, I think about all the time I lost that I could have been doing something good. But
I think
that I was laughing by myself on my bed.
Usually it's not by himself. He'll be
because you're living in the kitchen. so.
okay. He'll be like, dude, did you see this one? Oh, this is this is like the funniest ever, dude. Watch this one.
Do you,
Or when we're
Riley, do you guys
driving,
have the same
so-
sense of humor, or is like the thing he finds funny like
Similar, but no. Not
He
exactly.
thinks everything is funny. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to laugh.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but you know, Riley, like he can't pick up on the clue that you don't want to laugh. You just keep putting it in your
I'll
face.
just keep going.
Yeah,
You just gotta like just cold stuff.
yeah. So negative impacts, social media. Do you use social media that
Yeah.
much?
I'm
You do?
on it a little bit, but I don't really post too much. Yeah,
Never responds
been like
to
years.
us.
but I'd say it's kind of cool to be able to like keep up with like friends that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe they just don't live in the same area anymore. Just be able to keep tabs and just check up on people. But then it's also like another thing is once you get scrolling, like I feel like there's got to be like some kind of like, you know how people talk about like an algorithm, and it like often like it like what I've heard of is like they say like it sees what you spend time and what you like pause on and like kind of like more check out, see what you like and stuff, and then it like keeps on feeding you it. But I can see that as like kind of like a negative effect, and like kind of like how Riley was saying, like you kind of feel empty after. And I think sometimes it's just like showing you things like you can't do right now, or it's just not part of the cards right now.
Yeah. So what if you're empty before you were on social media?
You can get emptier.
Yeah.
All right. So like I think for me sometimes like dang, I see stuff I'm like that's funny. But then like I don't think I can pull that off. Like sometimes I see jokes I'm like who would laugh at this jokes? Like sometimes it's offensive. I'm like that was funny. Should that be offensive to me or not? But like I think social media is really like it's been detrimental. Wow, I used a big word there. Detrimental.
Can you define that word?
No, I can't define it.
Okay.
You have to use your dictionary or your brain.
Your hair.
Use your hair knowledge. Like you see like stuff on social media, and sometimes you're like, I wish I had that, and that's like that's like a sin of like wanting what other people have and not being content with the things you have. It's like, wow, Riley, look at his hair; it grows so fast. I wish my hair grew like that. Oh,
And then he shaves it off.
Yeah. Oh, Riley can nose ride. I wish I had surfed like
It's called
Riley.
hanging five.
It's called
Okay.
nose riding too. You guys are both right. I love
Thank
you
you.
both.
See, you see that? See what I meant when I said Isaiah is never on my side. Everything I say, he has an objection to it. Like we see things and we're like, wow, I want that. It's like you've been blessed to be where you are, but you never look at it like I've been blessed. You just look at like I want what that guy has. So I want that car. I want those things. Like it brings in the I want that thing from someone else, and I
It's
think
like
that's
wishing
bad.
you had a different life.
Yeah, like you're wishing you had a different life. Or like for other people, it's like my life sucks right now. Like people watch social media and like, dang, my life sucks right now. But usually, like you have what you need. Like you have food at home. Your mom loves you. Your parents love you. Like your mom and dad love you at home. I just say mom because I grew up with my mom. Your mom loves you, and like all these people love you in your life. But then you see like, oh, I posted this and I got 50 likes. Nobody likes me anymore. It's like
50
really?
is good.
Like really? You think people don't like you because they didn't like your social media? They didn't like those 20 pictures you posted.
What if they
Really?
like your story?
Well, depends. If your crush likes your story, should you slide? Should you be like, oh, I saw you like my story. We're getting married, aren't we?
They're like creep.
Yeah. So, like,
And that's when I got arrested.
What?
whoa, is there something you need to tell us? You got
No,
arrested?
It's not personal. It's not a personal thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like I've seen people like let social media like run their life. Like whatever happens with social media, they have to do it. Like this person says, "Oh, you're not living life if you're not in Bahamas right now." It's like, "Really? Like your life doesn't mean anything just because you're not in Bahamas posting pictures?" Oh, like if you don't have a car, if you don't make 80 grand a week, you're not making anything. Like that doesn't really define who you are as a person.
I feel like a lot of people, they need the validation from social media too, where like they need people to think they're cool, and so they post stuff about their life that's not even real because they want people to think that
Is your hair real?
it's very real.
Okay.
It's almost 2 years worth of growth.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Humble brag. Yeah. Like, do you guys see like what's like besides what Xander said about like the positivity of like keeping up with your friends, even though he doesn't keep up with us? Like we try to text him. I don't know which friends he's talking about, but it's not us.
Imaginary friends.
Yeah, maybe other friends, but it's not us. Maybe because he lives with us and like we see him every day. But like besides the point of like keeping up with friends, keeping up with the Joneses, like seeing what they're doing and what they're up to, like and talking to friends. Like for me, I think like I spend most of my time just looking at like reels. Like, oh, that's funny. I didn't like that. Ooh, that's a dumb
Do you
idea.
ever get offended by reels?
Yeah. Especially the ones you and Riley send.
That's good.
Yeah, I get offended. Sometimes like, you really thought that was funny? Ha, 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 ha. Jokes is on you. But, so stuff like that, I think we should, like, what I would say is, like, don't let social media likes, shares, or anything, like ruin your life. Like, wow, 50 people didn't like my pictures, then they don't like me. Oh, so unfollowed me. Wow. That hurts. Well, it does kind of hurt. But anyways, don't let it like run your life. Like
You got any names?
Okay, no,
You want to call people out right now?
no names,
Dude, it's your podcast.
We
You
could
can
end
do
some
what you
people
want.
right now.
no names. But
Give them a shout out.
We'll end them.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm not bitter about it. I'm not mad. So like, don't let stuff like that ruin your life or like run your life. Like, oh, Riley went to a Taylor Swift concert. He must be rich or he must be enjoying life. Sometimes they just do that to feel a void in their life. Nothing personal. Sometimes they just do things like that to feel like a void in their life. Oh, I'll go to this concert, or I'll do this thing, I'll post this thing, like Isaiah said, just to feel loved, to feel wanted, to feel seen. And I think that's bad. Like when you take social media and say, like, this is gonna be my life from now. If people like my pictures and they love me, if they don't, then nobody loves me. Like my life sucks, and I think that's the wrong view on social media. And I think it's been bad for a lot of kids and teenagers. Like the suicide rate, like since like COVID has gone up, because people like nobody approves of them on social media, and that they let that translate into like their whole like life. And that's
Where they
not,
find all their meaning.
yeah, like that like social media is not where you should find your meaning. Like the music you listen to shouldn't be where you find your music, like your meaning. Not music. Like the movies you watch not really define who you are, right? These things, like I think, these are things that like we've been given to enjoy, not to let them run our lives. Like they can all be used for good. And then lastly, is there any?
I have more things to say about
All right,
social media.
Go ahead.
I think, for me personally, like, I use social media a lot.
You can't say it for me personally.
Well, I can't speak for you. Do you want me to speak
Just
for
say.
you too?
Just say personally. You can't say it for me and then say personally.
For me, like personally,
I'm
Yeah.
like
homeschooled.
when
Give me a break.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I use social media a lot, especially YouTube, for like information purposes, like listening to a lot of sermons or like not school stuff because I'm not in school, but like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's late. I'm tired.
The typical excuse.
But you get what I'm saying, though, yeah?
Totally.
Okay, can you repeat yourself?
So you can use social media for information. Like you can gain a lot of knowledge. It's like you have like a whole you don't need libraries anymore. You have this. Like you can find out anything.
That's a Samsung.
Yeah.
That's an Android. I don't think you should be pointing that in anyway. Like, you have this. No.
My phone's better than yours.
Sure.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
But you have Google, right? You can learn about anything. It's not, you don't have to go and walk through a library and find a specific book and read it. And
Imagine if you could, though. Life would be much better if you're not on your phone.
but you get what I'm
Out there.
saying. You have the whole the world's at your fingertips, basically.
So are you encouraging me to spend more time on my phone?
I'm
then?
not.
For informational purposes.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's more convenient.
That's how they get you. Convenience, baby. Oh, next
It's a
thing
fine. It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
it's blurred. All right.
It's a blurry creature.
Oh, wow. Anything else?
No.
For Instagram, when I make a reel and then I see my mom watching it and I see her live reaction
Do you cry?
and her laughing, it's very fulfilling.
Do you sometimes force her to watch your reels?
Not
Have you-
I mean, I put it in front of her, but she has her own choice to turn away or
Have you
not.
ever went on your mom's Instagram account and just liked stuff
Yeah.
that you posted?
Yeah,
You've-
like
you've
like and
hijacked-
comment
you've
or
hijacked it
repost
before.
my own
He's,
stuff.
he's gone to his mom's phone.
You do what you got to do.
Mom, can I have your phone? Why, son? And then,
You'll see.
She gives it to him, and then it's goes to his own Instagram, likes it, and then says, "Wow."
Like I was at 99 or something, and my mom didn't like it, so I got the 100th like.
yeah. So yeah. So
you need the validation.
You know the people Festo is talking about?
yeah. So okay. Another thing too is if you have anything good to say about our podcast, please direct that to Riley because he needs it more than most of us. He needs to hear that he's doing good.
Yeah.
Baba wants to hear that he's doing good. I had to bring that up. So, context: Baba is Riley's name of endearment. So if you ever want to make Riley feel loved, just call him Baba, Bubba, Baba. All right. So before we close, I gotta read this thing. Because saying these things without reading them really confuses my brain.
Making no sense.
Thanks, Isaiah. I feel the love.
You're welcome.
Where is it? Didn't I take a screenshot of it? Oh,
Did you not?
no.
Oh.
You're a bad podcaster.
Well,
Thanks. All right, so I think I'll find it.
do you want me to give you some time?
I already have time.
Just have
Okay.
him start talking.
Just
Well-
say something.
Since we're getting to the end, to sum up what we've talked about, I'd say if you're unsure about a song or a movie to watch, you can always just watch it and then ask for forgiveness later.
If you're also unsure about the advice Riley just gave you, you probably shouldn't listen to
You
it.
can rebuke Riley for
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I found it. So, should I close this one out?
Does anyone have anything
Do it.
else to say?
All right. So I'm reading from here because I've thought about this and I didn't think I did a great job. So I had the devil's advocate AI help me. It says, thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Campfire Podcast. If you enjoyed our fireside chat, we don't have a fire, but if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Campfire Podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss out on you never miss an episode. We also love hearing from our listeners. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and let us know what you think. So for more Campfire stories and updates, follow us on social media at the Campfire Podcast 2024. That's on Instagram. If you use Facebook, we also have a page. Just like it. It makes me happy because I created the Facebook page. It makes me happy.
That's where
if you-
Fesson gets his validation.
yeah, that's
from.
where I get my validation by looking at all the numbers. We don't have a website yet. I think we do, but it's not really that. You can just...
It's not that fancy.
yeah, it's not that fancy. So,
You should
and
still
then-
look at it though. It's pretty cool.
yeah. So, I think see you next time around the campfire, around these tables again. We have Anx
Campfire.
here.
So you needed AI to write that?
I just needed a
coulda-
better way of
you
saying it.
coulda had Riley
Because
right there.
because Isaiah said I repeat myself, so I didn't want to repeat myself.
Oh.
So I just needed a better way of
I
saying
appreciate
it.
that.
I also feel intelligent when I use like AI tools to help me accomplish
You don't
stuff.
feel dumber?
No, actually.
Usually it's the opposite.
I would think you would feel dumber.
Well,
after that.
because you guys didn't graduate high school, that's why.
I did.
He has a diploma.
Shut up.
All right, so
He's in college.
once again, thanks to those people that are following us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube. Leave us a comment. If you have topic suggestions for next topics, please
Send
DM
it.
us. DM us on Instagram. I think Isaiah and Riley are like the people that love reading those, because when I read them, I get criticism, and when I reply, I
He
get
gets pissed off.
criticism. So please follow us, and give us your see what I meant?
You
I
can-
need a day to help
Your
me.
2 cents.
Yeah, give us your 2 cents. Could be 3, but any topic suggestions, hit us on Instagram, drop them on YouTube or Apple Pod, wherever you want to tell us. Please do that.
Tell us somehow.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Also, if you have anything positive to say about the stories we've shared, or like it's affected you somehow, please let us know. We love hearing those stories. It's one of the reasons why we started this podcast, to make that kind of impact of like, oh, I listened to these guys and it changed my mind on something.
Kelly said that to us.
Once again, well, she said it to you. Once again, thanks, Anks. If you're watching this video, it's because Anks has
Spam the comments.
Yeah,
with,
'cause-
we love Unks.
We're using
'Cause-
he's using his cameras.
Because Anks, Runem Isaac Work, has volunteered
Go follow him on Instagram.
to freely record our thing, and Zay's gonna edit
I'm
it.
still gonna edit it.
Yeah, but we appreciate
Should be
you.
easy, right?
Yeah, we appreciate you bringing your camera and spending your time with us.
Says the
Thank
person
you.
who doesn't edit anything.
Well, Isaiah, I do a lot more than
Shut up,
edit
Preston.
things.
I've made a reel that I kind of
All right,
edited.
so that's the end of that one. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.